Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Chisetti, the band director of Lewsburg High School. It is a great honor to be here in Pasadena, getting ready for an event tomorrow morning. I understand there's going to be an event here at the corner, but we are very delighted to be here, and that was the music that we played at BandFest yesterday. And I'm just kind of filling time because Catherine is getting organized. That's okay. But thank you very, very much for having us here, and it is indeed a huge honor to be here from Louisburg, Kansas, a small town of 4,000 people here in Pasadena for this great celebration. Thank you.
Hi, this turnout's amazing. I want to thank the band. Great. We're going to be a little flexible because we were going to start over at the Monument, but we never expected we'd have so many great people. My name is Shelley Lowe, and I'm the committee chair for the Enduring Heroes Memorial. And we'd just like to welcome you all here today to our special Enduring Heroes New Year's Salute. Our Enduring Heroes represents courage, honor, sacrifice, a sign of freedom for future generations. The Enduring Heroes Memorial pays permanent tribute to the 11 heroes from the San Gabriel Valley who gave their lives in Iraq, Afghanistan, and the wars on terror. We salute our warrior heroes, nation's veterans, and armed service members who make a difference each and every day. I'd like to introduce Janie Studeman, Gold Star Mother of Army Green Beret Scott Studeman.
Thank you, Shelley. And first of all, we are just thrilled to have the gorgeous California sunshine out here, this phenomenal band from Kansas, and all the parents and other dignitaries. This is even better than we could have dreamed for, so thank you so much. We understand that from John, the head of the band, that we have the 8th grade students here too, so you guys are even stronger than you normally are. So it's a great honor, and on the front end, we felt it was very important to give a shout out to the Tournament of Roses. You know, the tournament has put the parade on, and this is this parade's 128th year. That is the granddaddy of them all. And we are very honored today, and I hope he'll step forward and wave, to have the Chief Operating Officer for the Tournament of Roses, Ed Corey, here with us. Ed, can you come forward, please? Ed has been with the tournament in various capacities. He also is an attorney for over 30 years. And I must tell you that one of his key staff members was able to get the band to be here, which is huge. And just think about, if you were about ready to put on a parade like this, you probably have more invitations to go to things than you have time. And the fact that Ed is here reflects how he has worked so closely with all of us on this. And Ed, we cannot thank you enough. Of other things to add to what Shelley has said is, and we are so eager to have you see our Enduring Heroes soldier. He is standing up against the grandstands at this very spot on Memorial Day was where the dedication took place. And so that was this Memorial Day. This is the first year that our soldier will be standing watch over the parade. And so when you see the grandstands, we don't want you to think that he's not watching everything. Because you know what? Our 10 sons and daughter are very much a part of this soldier, and we believe they're here today. They're going to see everything going on in that parade. And we want at the end for you all to come over and see the soldier as well. We're going to give you a minute with our artist. But what I did want to say, in addition to my being a Gold Star mother, we have a number of Gold Star families here. We're going to introduce them in a couple of minutes. But what we would want you to know is our sons and daughter fought for the freedoms that we enjoy in this country. And that includes everyday freedoms like being part of a parade like this. I was just visiting with some of my Gold Star friends before, and they said, Yeah, my son spent the night on the parade route for about 5 years in a row. And so our kids grew up going to this parade. It's a rite of passage in Pasadena to sleep on the parade route. The football game is something that we've all been part of. And again, I'm not so sure who our sons and daughter are cheering for in the Georgia versus Oklahoma game, but I think they're cheering for a great game. And so we would want you, and they would want you, to feel that this is a day of celebration. We miss our children horribly in a way we can't explain, but this kind of day is one that we should all celebrate, and they would very much want us to. Here, Shelley.
Thank you, Danny. Real quickly, I'd like to just say a few things about the Lewsburg High School Marching Wildcat Band. They're from Lewisburg, Kansas. The band includes 187 remarkable young men and women. The band's director, John Giusetti, has led the band for over 39 years and with amazing dedication. What really touched us about the band when we read more about them was their core principle of positive patriotism, using their musical talents to uplift our country. They performed at the wreath-laying ceremony at the Abraham Lincoln's tomb, the Flight 93 National Memorial, among others. You will see them bright and early tomorrow morning marching in the Rose Parade for the first time. And now we're going to ask you to direct your attention to the American flag as they play the Star Spangled Banner.
Next in our program, we want to take a few moments. Shelley and I are going to split this up, and I'm going to focus in on our Gold Star families, and we would like to introduce you to them. We have 11 warrior heroes, hometown heroes, who have been part of this journey with us. Not all are here today, but they're all here in spirit. Actually, in particular, the brother of one of them, J.P. Blacksmith, his brother Alex. JP was a second lieutenant in the Marine Corps. He died going into Fallujah at age 24. And his brother Alex is a white suitor, and that is somebody who's part of the Tournament of Roses parade. So he's out working the parade route, but he sends his best wishes, as do so many of the other parents who are either traveling or living out of state. But let me go ahead and introduce the parents who are here. We've all become a very tight club. As Gold Star parents say, it's not a club you want to belong to, but once you do, you're instant family. And so first of all, I see Irene. I don't see Irene, I see Deborah Whitley. Deborah, if you could wave and maybe just come forward. Deborah, I think I'd like to have all the Gold Star family. Deborah? I'm going to read this so I don't get anything wrong, but I'm clearly come on Deborah, stay there. I'm very well aware of Deborah's son, Deon Whitley, who was killed in action at age 21 in Ramadi, Iraq on the 15th of June, 2005. He was a Lance Corporal Marine. God bless you, Deborah. Our next warrior hero was a very young man when he died. It is Sergio Escobar, also a Marine Lance Corporal. He was killed in action in Iraq on March 14th, 2007. We have his family here, Patricia Ortiz and her husband, Ricardo Ortiz, and Sergio's brother and sister. Could you all come forward, please? And there's Patricia. I'll tell you how protective Ricardo is of this statue when you see it. He's offering to stay out all night and guard the statue so nothing happens to it. So we all have huge ownership for this. Next, I'd like to have Laura Stevens and her husband Rick. And Laura is the mom of Army Specialist Adam Rosema, who was killed in action at age 27 in Iraq on March 14th, 2007. Next, my husband Woody is here. Woody, maybe you could come forward, honey. Our son Scott was a Green Beret. Scott was killed at age 24 in Gaza Valley, Afghanistan on June 9, 2014. I'm not sure. We thought the Ramirezes were potentially going to be here, or the Stifters. I don't see them. But what I would like to do is next introduce a very special Gold Star family. All Gold Star families are special. But I want us all to give a warm welcome to Gold Star mother, Tammy Ashley. Tammy, could you and your family come forward, please? I think that you all... Tammy is from Rancho Cucamonga. Her son, Marine Sergeant Josh Ashley, was killed in Afghanistan in July of 2012. He was 23 years old. You've probably read some about Tammy and her son's K-9 partner, Sirius. Sirius is part of the Lucy Pet's Pause for Life float, which Tammy is also riding on. And one of the most touching stories that I have read is the story of Tammy when she last talked to Josh. One of the things he asked her to do was take care of Sirius. And once her son's life was lost, Sirius was with Josh, but Sirius survived. And Sirius has been adopted and is a retired Marine and lives with Tammy and her family. And this is one of those bonds that Gold Star families have. As soon as we knew that she was going to be on a float, we reached out, and she and her family said, "We will be there." So God bless you and your son Josh. Anybody who hasn't read about these dogs or seen the movies, you just know that they are part of why we don't have more casualties in the Mideast than we do. They're just incredible. And the last thing I wanted to say before turning it over to Shelley again is we currently have a number of armed services members who are in harm's way overseas. If you're in Iraq or Afghanistan or the Philippines or Africa or points unknown right now, chances are you've been there for Thanksgiving, you've been there for Christmas, you're there for New Year's. You are away, these young men and women are away from their families. And if we could, we'd just like to bow our heads for 10 seconds and think fervently and hopefully that these young men and women return safely to U.S. soil. May God bless them, and here's Shelley.
outstanding people in the audience, VIP people. First, we have a few military VIPs that are here today, and you can just, when I call your name, kind of raise your hand or step forward. We have Commander Corey Corman of the USS Pasadena. And Captain Christopher Kavanaugh, Commander of the Submarine Squadron 11. Do we have any other active military people here in the audience? Yes, so just thank you for your service. And we have recently retired Captain Dennis Lowe, my son, who has been out of the military since May. And Stevie Stringfellow, I'm not sure if he's here, but he's recently retired. So thank you all for your service. I'd like to take the opportunity now to mention some other people who are in our audience who are very important. More importantly, the president of the Tournament of Roses, Lance Tibbett. Can you Lance, would you like to say a few? Lance, can we have you say a few words? This is your show. Thank you for coming. What a surprise.
My pleasure. No, I'm more than happy to be here. It's unfortunate that we need to be here in places like this on days like this, but when I think of the theme for this year's parade of making a difference, I can't think of a better example than our service men and women. And we wanted to do what we could to recognize them during the 2018 Rose Parade. We hope to tell good stories and inspire people. And while some of those stories are sad and unfortunate, they do talk about courageous people. They do talk about people that are willing to give for others so that we can have what we have. One of the reasons that Gary Sinise was selected as the Grand Marshal is because of what he does for our defenders, our vets, our first responders. It was important to my wife and I and to the Tournament of Roses to let all of those folks in the military families, and all that serve as our first defenders know that we care about them and we're thinking about them. And on New Year's Day, we get to have that and enjoy it because of them and what they do for us. So thank you, and very pleased to be here and making a difference. This one's for you, Gold Star families.
A number of our lead donors for the Enduring Heroes Memorial, both corporate and individual sponsors, are here today. We'd like to thank you for your support. We want to name a few of wonderful community members who are here today. Dr. Lori Morgan, who is CEO of Huntington Hospital, and her family. Pasadena Police Chief Sanchez is here, along with the Mayor of Pasadena, Terry Turnick. And in a minute, I'm going to ask Terry to say a few words. Both Chief Sanchez and Mayor Turnick have been enthusiastic supporters of Enduring Heroes and will be forever. And there are a few other people that have come to my attention that I think are still here. Bill Bogart, past mayor of Pasadena, who was, thank you, Bill, hugely supportive and really the beginning, he was the instigation with me for this memorial. We're forever grateful. And Steve Mermel, city manager, he's there. Thank you. And Andy Wilson. Andy, are you here? Andy, city council member. And are there any other city council members here? No? Okay, I've seen a few earlier in the day. And Now I'd like to twist Terry's arm and see if he'll turn it, our mayor, and see if he'll say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you. So, first of all, I have two jobs. One is to welcome you all here, those of you that are from out of town, and welcome you to Pasadena. We want you to enjoy your stay. I was talking with your band director, and really, at its essence, Pasadena is a small Midwestern town. I know it may seem unlikely on a day like this, before this little parade that we have tomorrow, but really at its core, this is a city that was founded 100 years ago by people from Indiana, and the core values that we have are very much, I'm sure, like you have back in Kansas. So this event, my other job, by the way, was to guarantee good weather, so I've accomplished that. But this event is a sort of a typical event. I mean, I thought what was going to happen is that we were going to, the Gold Star families and some of us were going to gather around the monument, and before you know it, you know, you're here and we've got a big deal going on. But a city that has sort of an outsized footprint because we have institutions like Caltech and JPL and the Art Center, College of Design, and the museum across the street, Norton Simon, and of course this parade and the game that I hope you'll enjoy tomorrow. But we really do understand that at our core, whether it's a big city or a small town, we rely on the folks that take care of us. And so the Gold Star families, this monument that I hope you'll have a chance to visit, is a function not of what the city government did, but what the families and volunteer organizations did. Volunteers did this, and they did it from their hearts. This isn't a city project. The city's major job in this instance was to get out of the way and let them do their magic. And so we are grateful for you coming and sharing part of your holiday with us. We look forward to your performance. We've enjoyed it so far, and we look forward to your performance tomorrow. Thank you for getting to see this part of Pasadena without all the hoo-ha and the celebration. We hope you enjoy your stay, and thank you very much for being with us today. Thank you.
Person that I would like to introduce is Christopher Sladoff, the artist of Enduring Heroes, and I just want him to say a few words of the meaning of the monument and the sculpting of it. Chris, do you mind saying a few brief words? And then afterwards, we'll close with a prayer that Chris will do. And then a few songs from the wonderful band, and we would like to invite everybody to come over and look at the monument on the other side of the tent. Okay?
Can I just do one other brief introduction? Parking's gotten tougher and tougher, and we do have another Gold Star mother who has just arrived, Irene Ramirez. Irene, can you come forward? And before turning it over to Chris, I just want to tell you that Irene's son was a Lance Corporal. Hi there. Rogelio, and he was killed in action at age 21 in Iraq on August 26, 2007. And what I didn't tell you before is every single Gold Star family from Pasadena was here. We met with every city council member, including Andy Wilson, the mayor, and went to city council 3 different times. And so we really bonded and got a lesson in civics. And so I'll turn it back over to Chris, who was also phenomenal in all those meetings. So we're so happy you're here, Irene. Thanks for coming.
I'm going to speak a little louder because I couldn't hear back there. But I'm so proud of Pasadena. Aren't it? This is what has Pasadena done for their people, for the Pasadena 11. Yes, it was a private group that put this together, but they gave us the most precious corner, I think the most precious corner in Southern California. And that's how this town feels about their soldiers. And that is incredible. That I got to know the families, the Gold Star families. We worked together on it. I'm going to be over at the statue afterwards. We can talk about it. But the heart of the sculpture is that it is not about reducing these incredible people that I have learned about down to a name and a date. Each family worked with me individually, and we have a little memorial on the back that talks about that soldier. And they're not even all sculpted by me. And it was just part of what this is. This is a town that is giving honor to its people, to the people that gave them the most. And I'm beyond words for the fact that this is the Rose Parade. For goodness sakes, over 20 years ago, I went out and got I had an interview with Fiesta Parade floats because I wanted to do something like that. So I'm just very, very grateful. The families you've shared so much with me. You were open with me and didn't treat me like somebody invading your privacy, which I actually was. And the other thing is the most important to know is that it's not just today's Pasadena that's doing this, but our soldier looks across, and the bronze flag looks across at the World War I memorial with its soldiers from their day, and its real flag. And there is that connection across time for these people who have chosen the most difficult profession. Just very proud of what we've done. Actually inordinately proud. But thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris. I want to ask Chief Sanchez if he would like to step up and do the closing prayer. Am I putting you on the spot? With Chris. All right. I just started. We'd like to have you do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's absolutely a pleasure. Can you hear me back there? It's a pleasure here to just share a few words in spirit and in soul with you. Would you bow, please, with me? Dear God in heaven, we come to you in many forms and fashion today with humility, with grace, with hope. We pray that the future for our military men and women and first responders will be one of peace and prosperity. We know that America can only defend herself if men and women answer the charge of military might and first responders. We pray, good God, that you watch over our Gold Star family members, that you be with them every day, console them every day, and help America never forget the great sacrifice. Be with us in 2018 and in years to come. Pray this through your Son's holy name. Amen.
Finally, we know we've run over a little bit. We're near the end. Again, we'd like to center back to this fabulous group from Kansas who has made today one that is going to be impossible to top in future years. I had a chance to talk to the middle school principal, Mike Isaacson, I believe, as I was coming down the road, and said we were really excited. I wanted to make sure that we were pronouncing Lewisburg right, and he said, you know, what we're doing there today is not just some show. I have 400 kids in my middle school, and every single day we say the Pledge of Allegiance. And so it is somehow, I think, very, very fitting, and we're very fortunate to have you all here, because while we believe that our sons, our military, are what are making a difference, you in small town America are some of the finest that our nation has. And so we deeply appreciate you and your family sharing this day with us. We'll never forget you. We hope you come back to this Rose Parade. And I'm going to turn it back over to Shelley Lowe, who, without Shelley, this monument that you're going to walk down to afterwards, because we want you to see it, never would have happened. It was her vision, her hard work, and her creation.
I just want to thank you all for coming today, and the band will play a few more songs, and we invite everyone to walk down to see Enduring Heroes, and Enduring Heroes is saluting, making a difference. Thank you, thank you.